but try kucontroliwa naMwari kwete kucontrol. Sometimes unozomona church yedu haibvumi. Who is church? Iti Mwari havandibvumidzi. Church yedu haibvumidzi. Even munhu ari kuhura kusmall house anoramba kudya pork. Uri kuhura une mukadzi uri kuhura kusmall house uri kuramba kudya pork. Kuchihura chobvumidzwa here nechechi yako? Church yedu haibvumidzi pork. Haibvumidzi pork but kuhura inokubvumidza. Oh, yeah, it's different. What? If your church doesn't allow you to eat pork, it should stop you also from sleeping with other people's wives or sleeping with the unmarried people when you're married. So we are selective. We select zvitinofitana nazvo kuti nokuti kuchechi kwenyu unozati vanhu vanomwa doro ndo unozwa munhu asingamwi doro anenge ada kukriticiza asi iye iri mbavha kuchechi kwedu asi uri mbavha kusaMwari vanobvumidza kuba no vabvumidze. So stop judging people. That's my last advice. Stop judging people. Girls, that man anogara achingoti hello Maxine, hello, and you're ignoring him. He's probably the one that's God has put into your life to marry you. And that man you keep going on Facebook following, which ignore. You just to go there, teach him how to buy proper shoes, and he's a good husband. Anna is only there to play with you and not marry you. And most say, no, I'm not single. 10 years later, I'm not single. 5 years and the guy has never even mentioned marriage, and he said, I'm in a relationship, not even engaged you. Even engagement is not good enough. You can't just, some guys will engage you. Engagement, I can engage anybody. In fact, engagement is good because what they're doing, these guys, they're engaging you so you can look like a married person. So guys don't come after you. So they're holding you. That engagement ring is a 0 after the comma. It's a placeholder. 0.005. But not 0 after the comma, they are useless. They are not bad. They're just there to hold the space. My digits are 6, R4, R3, R2. But that ring is only 60 pounds. A man will buy you a 1,000 ring if it's guaranteeing him that you are also more. Trust me, men can do it. A man will stop judging the love. A man will buy you an engagement ring. I don't believe in someone engaging you for 4 years. Why would you be engaged for 4 years? After engagement, it should be less than a year. Unless if he's saving money and you can see in the bank account that he's saving money to go and marry you. And men also, let's do this, guys. Some of these women have lived a clean life up to the age of 34. They don't just want to get pregnant and just go there. A clean wedding. Yes, Magar was 20, but they don't want everyone out there to know that these women. So if someone is 34 and she's asking you, do something. Some of these women are even, when they fall in love with you and they see that you are trying, they can even help you Stop. No, it's an effort. And now you know shanda pa 500 ya 50 indichengetero undulauzonoroora kumba kwenyu or imwe 60 if you do that 3 months uchimpa 60 140 you'll be shocked achikudza kuti daddy kune tax rebate andawana 4,000 do you want me to give it to you then unopana daddy vangu then to chata. And after all vanozopembera and if wakadzowa musingadi uroora ndiwa nemafamily anotozokupembererai marriage yenyu ikatofamba bho matowana mari pamichato vachipembera nema1000 vamwe vanotokupembererai nedzimba. So you should understand as well, if a woman has reached the age of 33, 34 or even 30, she wants also something that looks clean. Some of these people go to church, they want a clean wedding, so something white wedding. Yeah, just wedding. No, they want also even my son now, if he gets married, I'll be happy. Love to see my son do a white wedding. So we respect that. Even though it's not my priority right now, indeed, if I get married, I'll be like, white wedding. It's not within my plan. But if you find the right person, I'm talking about the right person, and I know when I meet the right person. I know when I meet the right person. That you will know when you meet the right person. When you meet the right person, it's worth it. Go and pay lobola. You can't fool men with not visa 1 million or visa Brazilian help. I'm sorry, 2p. I always say this. You can only a stupid man will do that. You're showing the qualities of a stupid woman who are not gonna shout you don't respect your husband. Then you expect the guy to go and pay lobola for you. Only a stupid guy will do that. Show that you remunu. And I'm go future. My 26. Oh, makorgodo magumba. 26-year-old son is expecting. 26 daughter expecting. Manje uchababysitter vakuenda club. Yeah, my 26. Mom, can we leave Tana? Can we leave Tana near me per weekend? Tonight out. Ipapo ndosanjiti mpano wangu ngambomira kumboita granddad. So, do you want to go and stay with granddad this weekend? Apa granddad varoda kuenda out. Granddad avasuda kuchembera. Apa mpano anengoti ndinosiya mwana kwa granddad katomboenda kuholiday ku Mallorca. Hey, 7 days une chimuzukuru. Granddad, chichiputsa zvinhu. Guys, that's another thing. Dzimwe unoona murume anoti handidi clutter mumba. Mukadzi anoti handidi clutter mumba. Be careful of those people. Clutter, there's a time you will appreciate a clutter because kanone vanaka panotoita clutter chat. Sometimes ndoimwe warning sign. Ona munhu anongori perfect. Imba make munogara ngati mushowroom. Anongopukuta mba make hadi zvichina. That's a sign that that person might not want children. And vanhu vakaita semiwo vanodana nevarume vakadero vanobvaita matriplets ekuti rimwe richiputsa zvinhu uku rimwe richiyamwazamu rimwe chiputsa marriage yenyu inofa. So some of these qualities you need to adjust to know that when you have children the house is gonna be dirty at some point. Look, I didn't put all this stuff there. It's my kids, and that one is 14, the other one is 10. Vanongoita zvanenge vangoita indaenda kugym iye kwaari anenge arongedza ukasadowana matrainer akaiswa mufridge unogona wana matrainer akaiswa mufridge tokutoita vana. And at some point you'll miss that when you're grand vapedza chikoro vakuma 24 years old wasara wega pamba. Those things you'll be missing them. I miss that noise. I saw sekuru vangu vakapedzisira vati valonde ndandatoenda kumhiri vana vese vakuma boarding school. Sekuru vangu vaorangara mazuva ndaimbogara navo chiita nyaya nemuzukuru. So cherish that. Cherish those moments. But, well, yeah, your house can be like a showroom. But sometimes you want to ndichatombotenga zvinhu zvinodhura. Tenga zvinhu zvinodhura vana vachiri vadiki so. Unongona crayon ranyora pasofa or something, eraser, chair, stuff like that. So, yeah, hands me and my hubby and my hubby, we dated for 6 months and got engaged a year later. We got married, then we did 18 months. Yes, that's exactly. Ukona zvinodarika 2 years shamwari. That's the time scale. 1 year, 6 months. 2 years maximum. Madwa murume nomukadzi. Izvoti hatinongogara tese kana zvinhu zvazonaka achandiroora. Inonzi cohabiting. Tesco ikatanga theory yayo McDonald's ikagadzira supermarket. Ikati kuvanhu, okay, hatichaiti zvetake away. Tauda kuti vanhu vafambe musupermarket vachidya vobhadhara pavanobuda. Haraibvini vana China vave. Vakatanga kuti okay, munhu wese ngaangodya obhadhara haakubuda. Vanorana imwe loss yokuti but you are doing it with your body. You're giving your boyfriend everything. Seri nekuseri. Anokukurura chikupidigura. Haana kana senti rada kumbonobvisa mumba kwenyu. But achazondiroora after 2 years. Zvimwe zvasiyana zvine 15 years zvino. Zvinenge zvane 21 ndo zvanozoroora manje izvozvo. Iwe akusakadza. I'm not saying force them to marry you, but you can always ask. Because sometimes a serious boyfriend is going past because you already, I'm in a relationship. You come back a year later, that girl is now single. Akawastirwa time. Aifunga kuti panenge ane 36 years anenge adopedza vana vake ati vane 4 amwiswa mapiritsi kuti asangemutakura. Haimwa mapiritsi avo, you're not ready for marriage. Imbomwa mapiritsi. Haasi murume ari kumwa mapiritsi ndiwe. Chidumbu chigokura kudai nemapiritsi so. Chidumbu chichikura nemapiritsi. Murume achingoluka the same. Ungamboguma ndevana 3 no dumbu rangu. But wandakaita naye vana 3 wachona wakamtarisa dzimwe ngono kuti oh ndigoko vandiwa. I'm not being cheeky, but I'm just saying sometimes you have to look after yourself. Iwo mkazi. Ukaona kuti hakuna kwazviri kuenda, beta uzvistope. Kana ukaona kuti ngoro yawakwira haina kwairi kuenda, i-gym bike, bhasikoro romugym, stop cycling. Kana riri bhasikoro romugym uchicycla, you're wasting your time, unless if you're doing to lose weight. Ukakwira bhasikoro apa uchinga kuti riri kuenda kuHarare, ukakwira bhazi uchinga riri kuenda kuHarare, ukazoudzwa nevanhu, no, you know what, this bus is going nowhere. Ibhazi romumiziyemira ratomborina kana engine. Wakaramba uri mubhazi iroro, you're stupid. Wakaramba uri mubhazi iroro, iwe waudzwa kuti bhazi iri harina kwariri kuenda. You're very stupid. Atobuda mubhazi iroro akaenda mungoro, anokutangira kusvika London. Panewo ugere mubhazi risina engine, wanyatsoudzwa kuti harisi kuenda kuLondon. Kuti aiwa ndakamira kuti vagozorisa engine rigoenda kuLondon. Those are more in your relationship. Some of you guys, the guy has told you that I'm not wanting to marry you and I'm not looking for a girlfriend. I just want to have fun. Then move on. Wafana nomunhu audzwa kuti ndege yakafa haina engine. Taangoipaka pano because hakuna kwokuipaka. Iwe kuti aiwa ndongogara imo muno kusvika gore ramuchazoenda kuZimbabwe vachona. Unoona vana vavhota vakapedza ikadwa nemaleader 5. Zvino anonokwira chikepe chinoenda chakadai unodzokera kuSouth Africa. Uri better than munhu akwira ndege yanzisi haisina kwairi kuenda. What am I trying to say? I'm saying if you find out that the relationship you are in is just a relationship, you're whiling up time and you're not ready to while up time, you want a serious one. You know what is sensible? Get out of that. And you'll be so surprised that one person angachitori paside popa panokuza omuchirudana nemukomana kwere. Stop lying. You said no, why? Anogona kuti iwe ndaiti uchika kupimba ndizo because I respect this guy. Zveshuwa here matoramba nere zveshuwa. Unoorwa nebest friend yake ukatoshamisika. Because believe me, when a man is not taking you serious, there's among his friends, there's 1 or 2 that would marry you anytime like that. When a man is playing with you, my friends I gave about 1 or 2 vanotoziva your qualities and those that you are such a good woman. If not them, they can refer you to someone. You know that she's there. But if you're still stuck to their friend, you are still stuck to their friend. They can't let their friend lose you. They can't reference. They can't give a reference. You should learn his friend, and it's not their fault that you're stuck with. Guys, I really loved your friend, but your friend is not wanting to marry me. I'm looking for marriage. So sorry, guys. I'm gonna break up with your friend. You would think that they will hate you. They won't hate you. They will actually, because they've got sisters. These men have got sisters too. I have a sister. If my friend was dating a girl, and I know that he doesn't want to marry that girl, and the girl come to me and say, Leon, friend yako haisuda undiroora, so you need to check him now. So I'm gonna dump your friend. I really liked him. Even now, if he changes his mind, I can marry him. But I'm gonna dump him. Do you know? As much as I like my friend, I'll also make sense with, okay, I've got a daughter. And finally, no, this woman is alright. ende ndikasangana nemurume anoda kuroora kuseri kwedhoo ndomuudza iwe pana musikana anga achidana nefriend yangu but friend yangu inge asingadi muroora but she's a nice girl that girl. Oh, she's a nice girl. Unotopiwa reference vamwe wenyu you are now married because of some guy aiwira neshamwari yeex wako akangopa reference akati mukadzi ari boye wewe iwe kuti handinodana nemunhu anozva ndaimudana nhingi anozonoudza stop judging, man. Guys, have a good night. Nice meeting you. Today we made it a little bit academic. If you want the references, I was using some articles that we did at uni for later my master's. So some of those articles, those I can give you references. It was academic. So have a good night, guys. It was nice. Nandina Magumbo Chaurura Chitova, the younger main actor. Meltiti Ansaka kana murume wacho achiendeendesa kumall yemabrands ndodi he loves that Gucci. Atodi Gucci fake. Shamwari dzimwe nguva murume wacho hakusi kuti anoda Gucci shamwari sanyebera. A sensible husband zvanoita ka. Murume anoti mai mwana handinospenda Gucci. A sensible husband and mai mwana vana vedu tichaita vangani for hatiseve mari tigotenga imba or maybe ane imba already, but a sensible husband ano. Do you know I need to feel like guilty ndikadya nandos vana vangu vasipo? I feel guilt seriously if I go somewhere and I go kunandos vana vangu vasipo. I feel like also transferring money to the account. I just feel guilty if I do. I can't even spend. Honestly, I stay with my kids. They'll tell you that. Even my best friend is in Nottingham. He will tell you that. Sometimes we go in daytime till England. I feel guilty. Like even when I'm on holiday, I feel guilty sometimes to spend if I'm not spending on them, my kids. So if someone is a good husband, akakuti ndoda kutengera Gucci 950, I'm sure there's an option. Kune Gucci is cheaper than that. A good husband anokubvunza, baby, what's in your heart now? She shall not disisa. You don't say a want or a need. Remember, there's a want. My kids, when they write in their diary, where's the diary? I give my kids a list. Right. Right. I give my kids this book and it. So they'll write, this is what my daughter wants. Huh? And the needs are also there. And the wants. This is what my son wants. Right? And this is what I want for all of us. So sometimes Sengapagati, my daughter got a Apple laptop, right? Right? Apple laptop. Okay. Get iPhone, Apple laptop, to take an Apple iPad for now, right? My daughter. Mwana wakati kana mkoma noyo. Musikana wakati pajamas, mirror, athletic clothes, winter coats and stuff like that. Anyway. But what I'm trying to do is that make sure kuti anoziva kuti baba vake akati kuna baba vake I want this zvichauya. She's 14. I'm preparing her for some of you guys who are now old enough. You want to date my daughter because she's very beautiful. And I know you want to be sugar daddies. You want to get my daughter because when she's so cute. So I'm doing this. When you come as a Dr. Tengara KFC, you know what my daughter will tell you? My daughter will tell you that my dad can buy me KFC. Sorry. You need to come up with something, I don't know what, that I can do for my daughter to convince. Don't ever think my daughter will like you for an apple. If you take an iPad, 1,000 pounds. Or if there's something I can do for my kids, is go in depth. I can go in depth for my kids. The mirror, she's sleeping now. I could show you the mirror that she bought, that I bought for her. The mirror, okay, because When your daughter asks for something or your kids ask for something and you start saying, "Andina mari nini? Muna muna mari jono nungwa parwarere." What you're actually saying is, "Can I nini ndikazosvika inini? Ndikati mwana wako panza, why are you crying? Oh, I wanted to buy that shoe." "I'll buy you that shoe, baby. Come." "Really?" But really? You buy me? Really? I don't feel obligated with it. Zvavanditengera, I need to do him a favor back. Ndopaanozovhura makumbo, so wakakwirwa nezidhara unopenga, hauna tsika samai vako, hadzisi kuti tsika samai vako, wakamudzidzisa mwana wako. I teach them to budget sometimes. Okay, every week, guys. Kuchikoro, because stupidly, kuchikoro kwacho kunonzi, yeah, I should pay for lunches. So I'm sure lunch, 20. Lunch, 10 pounds should last them the whole week. And I also tell them stop eating junky because there's my Greg's nearby. I go down lama pies and all that. So I've trained them. If I see your belly big, you're gonna do karate 3 times a week. They do karate twice a week. And when we go holidays, exercise. So I'm training them. What I'm doing, and I tell them the reason why. You know what, my daughter? I'm trying to make you look good because this is exactly what men will do to you. If you're not looking good and you're not confident in your own body, unopedzisira unofunga kuti mwana wako anopedzisira unofunga kuti ndikatorega urara neiyoyo ndichazomuwanepi. At the age of 15, 16, kune vana vakutofunga there's damaged. Mwana ngaazive kuti the world is he has. She's in control of her own world. Hakuna zvaunomuita, achatorara newaanoda time yanoda. Handisi kuti anogona rara mangwana, anogona rara. But whenever that happens, it's a decision that she's gonna make. Not kuti mukomana I'll protect you. If she needs protection, I'm that any person who threatens you in the street, I'll die there. I'll die for it. And then she knows. If anybody attempts to attack me and she tells me, she knows dad is in jail straight away. I'll not let that go. I'll protect my kids. They know that. So in school, they tell anybody who tells my daughter she's ugly, she tells me first, my dad said I'm not ugly. And if I tell my dad this school, I know where, and indeed I do, and I do go, and I didn't know of a bus. If tonight I go to my hands, which call, vanotondidza kuchikoro kwandakauza ngati ndinouya ndikachipfiga chikoro chino kuchivhara. Go and ask, they'll tell you vanondiziva nokuti even mazimbabweans arapa vane vana venyu vakamboda vambodii ndakachizvana zvaenda ambozvibudza nandozvikwatura. It will be with consent, my daughter's consent, not just force. You're not gonna force, but if you do, she knows. She knows that. Oh, okay. So that's the protection our kids want. And when she's 20, looking for a husband, she will look for the same qualities in a husband. Even though marriage, is not she will look for certain qualities. Mupe option. Many of you people there would not want your daughter to marry someone with your character, and you know why. And one thing I just pray that the person that you introduce, the person that I'll introduce to them, should be the permanent person. This week I want a scanner. Next week I want a scanner. What I'm actually doing is showing you that all men uses women as objects. Anoindane belief kuti varume vanongorara nevakadzi vese vese. Saka zviri nani uzvipaniche wotogara usina mukadzi kana murume wakamirira that one person wachakomenda because vana vanoona handi uncle. Okay, wozongona uncle vaya havachauyi asi vanombovavona mutaundi uncle vaya vaingonzi uncle vana vanoziva. Havana vakutoziva kuti ukaona baba namai vapinda something is going on. So same applies nana uncle venyu vanoziva kuti zvezvikana vakanzi chindai munovata uncle vagere pasofa. Uncle havasingobuda mumba vasinambopinda nekubedroom kana pasofa ipapo chiri kuswa. They know. Your kids nowadays, they know. Uncle havandanzwa vachivhura door vauya zorova mama. And we tend to think we are smart. It's a game renyu kure kana muri vakadzi. If you have a boyfriend, let me tell you, ladies, if you have I know you need a man. But if a guy is not serious, don't introduce that guy to your kids. It doesn't come. Listen, if a guy is not serious, Don't introduce him to the kids. The uncle, don't let him even buy peanut butter kumba kwako. Kana vana vako vaenda kuna baba vako ndopounza ngati usatomboya pamba. In fact, ngabhuke hotel. If a guy is not serious with you, ngabhuke hotel. Kana asingabhuke hotel, if a guy is serious with you, you can tell if a guy is serious. And mukomana nokunyenga uri single ka, you can tell. A guy anokunyenga uri single anotanga kubvunza mibvunzo yanobvunza ndeino iyi. Listen, if you want to know how serious a guy is, ukaona munhu achikubvunza what do you do, une vana vangani, those questions adzibvunzwa nemunhu asiri serious. Munhu asiri serious anongoda sitonyeni chete, storo ine onion ndo zvanongoda chete. Munhu ari serious kana achibvunza what do you do, ari kuda kuweya out kuti okay, kana uri nurse saka tikaita vana nevana vandinavo tinokwanisa here kuafoda imba, une vana vangani, what do you do, how many kids do you have. Ari kuda kuziva kuti nevake. Some of the time azviti dzimwe nguva nevana 6, indi nevana 5 vachiri under 15 vese vachiri vako vari under 18. Saka murume chacho akachenjera nepartners akachenjera, that's a no. You can't have a relationship like that. You can't. This is a relationship. You've got 6 kids, the guys were 11, which means you're gonna be a football team. So if you want to go on holiday, you really have to hire a minibar. Some of these relationships kungosara moita zvenyu but adzite vana vacho kuti vaite get on 6-11 magenda acho akatosiyana, vamwe vasikana vamwe vakomana vanoita bonderere panokwira mabenefits, muchifira mabenefits form, child tax credit or child benefit, you'll be feeling you need extra people like this. Mabenefits enyu opesera va 4,000 just on benefit only, 4,000 benefit. Zvimwe relationship is better avoided. But kana indine vana 3, 2 boys and a girl, senza ndikunoona a partner ne-1 mwana, 2 3 4 5 kuti pesa vati 7-seater, ukaona zvonodarika 7-seater, motikari yenyu yododarika kuita 7-seater, shamari, you're making a mistake. That relation, it doesn't matter how handsome that man is, try by all means to avoid it, because think about the children. Most of women don't go na mistake amnozoita. As long as you are happy with the guy, you don't care what happens. But this is what's gonna happen. The guy will end up falling in love with one of your daughters or something dodgy will happen, and that will be years into your relationship. And it's hard to, because sometimes even vana chakuti une vana vako 2 vane different fathers, indine vana vangu 2 vane different mothers. A relationship yakadi inonetsa kuti ta 4. So basically we are not 4, till 8 in this relationship, because we are not in the numbers. This weekend in arrangement kune court unamba maintenance emwana the 4 vakadaisi vakatsikira. Some of these relationships azitomboiti. Think about, if you're clever and you think about the children, don't introduce. It's easy to tell if a guy is serious. If a guy is serious, you can tell. He's a gold digger. No, if a guy is asking you about your house, he wants to know. Okay, so only to Mugere say, my kids, they know. I'm not gonna go and stay in a single room and let them sleep in a sitting room. Never. Whoever I'm gonna get should be prepared to know that my kids will have their own bedroom. Bedroom, unless if they get on well. My daughter also, and I'm looking out for my daughter here first because she's 14. So I'm not gonna try to get someone who's got a 14-year-old boy. Why complicate things? 14-year-old boy utanga kuita friend ne 14-year-old daughter wangu. You don't know what may end up. They may end up dating. They see mom and dad dating. They say, oh, it's true. To beat him. So, but if it's a girl, so it's a girl, boy. So these young ones are playing together. These two, and they are not reverana. Mom, I saw him touching my sister's. And they were like, kids, what were you doing? No. But if they are two, a boy and a girl, they are in the same class. They walk together from school. And It's just my thinking. I'm not saying vakazvita makakanganisa, but I'm saying if you do it, be careful. If you're gonna introduce a man to your children, make sure it's a permanent thing. Or well, it's a serious relationship. Or if you're gonna introduce a different man, make sure there's a big reason for that, and you're gonna tell, and your daughter will understand why this is now happening. Things have not worked out, my daughter, just like we did with your dad. This has not worked out, but I have someone who is promising to be in my life and be better. But at the moment, this is him. You don't have to introduce them. You can always make time to go and see them. Zviri nani vangovona uchitaura pafoni kwete kuzokuona nekuhwa uchitsemurwa mumba imo mairara. Remember, the bed has not been changed. Same bed rairara uncle do, same bed uncle d, and those same bed raurara uncle. At least sometimes you can buy a new bed because I'm in a new relationship. I'm gonna throw away this. Mom, but it's new. Yes, new relationship, new bed. And iye murume wacho andonzisa ini ndonga kana ndiri murume ka ndikakuona uchirara pamubhedha wairara neex yako, unless you're stupid, you need to buy another bed. Aiwa, this is a new regime. Zvasiyana neparliament kaya kuti it's a new regime. Ndakutenga already bed changu. Because my memories, actually, you don't want those memories. I mean, people are different. But some of these things I'm just saying, they may help someone. Because we damage our kids. Nekuva introduce a different man. Some men have no respect. They walk naked in the sitting room. They walk with a towel. Some of them, they look at your kids in a funny way. Some of them look lustfully. Kids are very, very innocent, but they can tell an evil eye. They can tell lust. When someone is looking at your kid like this, it doesn't matter as a parent or as looking, kids can detect. And kids will know that this man is not loving my mom. This man is a cheat. This one, but they have no power. So guys, I don't know. We can go on and on and on and on. The best advice that if someone is not serious, find out how serious a person is before they date you. And it's not always about money. Sometimes that person may not have nothing. Maybe God wants you to be the guide. Iwe uchatozomugaida akapesa atozoenda kuchikoro. Iwewe wamumotivate. Sometimes, like me, do you know, guys, I was comfortable in the A-level certificate for many years. I will not say a name, but there's one person who gave me courage. You know, one day I had an argument could lead, and someone said, "But hi, what happened? I got A-level." And one little cousin, is that all you have to shout for? An A-level certificate? Really? At your age? Is that all you have to shout? That touched me now. I was angry with her at that point. And I was like, that was 2000 something. I was like, but that's true. I should better myself. That motivation. It's a small. We were arguing, but it motivated me. No, it doesn't matter. This, and guess what? When I call it, no, you can't go to university. You were out of education for a long time. You need to start again. But even if it means starting from grade 1, I will do it. Ndakaenda zvikanzi watu ndikati college ndikatoita mahayers ndine A-level ndikati those words so who knows iye murume ari kumadoro achiita singe chidhakwa ukamotivate ukave murelationship naye you could say one word rinokuti unongomona akuita kana kuita doro. Yeah, maybe God wants you to be the one who tells him, Shamar, at this age, Shamar, uchiri kumwa doro uchizviwetera. At this age, uchiri kumwa doro usingazviwetera. Control, man. Just that can change someone. Sometimes when you visit your partner, look at his habits. First thing in the morning, vamwe vachida kubika mazai, iye arotora keni rebhiya. Une problem, shamwari. Une problem. First thing, chaanotacha is an iPad. achinda palive auya kumba kwako ngarege kucontrolwa neinternet to that an extent yekuti ndakuvhizitira ini ndakuita malive ndiri mumba mako ndokuvhizitira uri gero rangu ndotanga kuita live ndiri mumba mako because I can't wait 2 days to go back to my house ndinoita live ndiri mumba kwangu patoita problem ipapo munhu yanyango kubasa haendi. So some of these things can work, can do, but guys, vana they've never asked to be born nesu, so let's keep that option. Tichiziya kuti it wasn't their fault kuti takaita vana baba vavo. We need to show responsibility kuti vana vazivewo kuti zvishora vana baba are responsible. Ngativanzeiwo zvimwe zvishoma shoma. I'm always against this mere. Please, varai miromo. If the kids are listening, don't make those stupid noises. The sex, control yourself. Wait for them to go to school if you're staying there and make. I never heard my parents make those noises, and my kids have never heard me make someone make noises. As good as I am, I tell you that I would not appreciate partner yangu kuti iridze mhere vana vari next room vachinzwa kuti takuita I would not appreciate that. And if a man comes to your house and he wants you to scream when you have your little ones in the other room, that man is a perp. Is a perp. He wants your kids to feel like, if they are female, he wants the kids to, hey, mama arunakirwa ndiri. Oh, samuruma anonaka. A respectful man will make that you'll stay there kuti asange musingatomborari mese muchingorara vana vabuda or chipilo chidiki zvimapilo zvidiki pamuromo. This is me just telling you that it's not nice. I've never imagined my mom doing that act. It's not pleasant. It's not. Maybe ndinango. If you imagine your mom, you know how much you love your mom, you know how much you love your dad. Imagine mai vako vachiridza mhere, baba vako vachiva. If it comes well with you, that's fine. This is exactly what we're doing to these kids. This is exactly what we're doing to these kids that they get now. We don't care. Tinobatana mazamu. Vana vakatarisa. Takagrepa vana vakatarisa. This is exactly what they're going through their mind. We're damaging them. Kana vakaisa ma-earphones vachiteerera vari mumaruma vachitamba pama-iPads pavo. Don't assume they're not listening. Please control yourself. That's me, Angwini. That's me. Control yourself. Zvakuti kana ex wangu akazodana nerimwe rume risingazivi vana vanga vanotopedzera kuti saka babedu vangu asingagoni bonde. I don't mind that. Hatina mbonzwa mai vedu achiridza mhere kana ka1 iri zirume zinyuwani riri kuridzisa mama mhere hey saka babedu vangu asingagoni bonde. No, it's not that. It's just respect. As I've said, ndainda kwana uncle ndakanogara nana bankuru ndikagara nana sekuru hapana pandakambonzwa paimboti mubhedha tsviki vamwe vaitowaridza pasi. Ndingatoda kudowaridza pasi kana mubhedha uchitanga kuwaridza pasi toitira pasi todzokera mubhedha because zvinopa a different message kuvana. That act yokuti saka yavamo yadhedi yavamo muna mama nhumbu chacho ndikuti asinge ndingadonyarana because nhumbu evidence yekuti munhu akarogwa nyoro. Nhumbu kaino motaura kuti munhu ndotengoona na mai vedu vane nhumbu isu. Ende dzimwe nguva baba vaishanda uko kuchivu vachingouya maweekend chivu vachiuya weekend asongona mai vazvitakura vanopona. Sibongile maganxanya, you're late, so you listen to this one. But all I'm saying is that Sibo, if you're a single mother, don't introduce your kids to a man that is not serious, that you know that is not taking you that seriously. He wants to marry you. If the man is not wanting to marry you and is not talking about marriage and is not showing any signs of commitment, don't bother introducing that man to your kids. It does more damage than good, and it damages your character. Vana vanozotena 18 vakuda vatsiura ivo usangorarana nevakomana anokupindura one time kuti imi makararana nevangani kwamama since you left my dad makararana nevangani. Unochema ukazvisungirira okesa vana. And remember what you say about your kids.
That's the only, a parent is the only person who can curse the kids. So you need to be very, very careful what you say about your kids, because God has only given a parent the power to curse. You can curse your kids, and you need to be very, very careful. Because manano kuda one shoko kuti maererano nevarume vakawanda mudandirambidzire. Show respect, like our parents used to. I never had my grandfather, I never had my parents. Sometimes, I used to sleep in the same room sometimes with my granddad. My granddad would sleep pass up, rara pass up. Nambuya marababe. I never. And dairara hope the kuneta they made sure you're tired. You run up and down, manya, manya, manya.